Hey everybody, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching. I know that y'all like these videos where I go and get things. I didn't film myself in the truck this time, unfortunately, but I do want to show you a couple things that I did acquire here in the past couple of days. Y'all might have seen them on my Instagram page. I believe I'm going to post them here this evening, but the video will air a few days after this. I have a couple things, and there's another interesting thing I want to show you, and just kind of a general what the heck is going on here right now. Got a lot of customer repairs in. It seems like they're doing more of those. They've been swarming me here at the end of March and the beginning of April, and we'll get cruising. One thing I do want to note, y'all have heard me talk about my next door neighbor a couple times. He was 96 years old, and he ended up passing away on March 31st, and I was told that he went fairly quickly, and he was driving up until last week. I remember seeing him driving last week, so just thinking about him during this time as well. But when you live to be 96 and you get to drive up until a week before you pass away, I think he did pretty well. I don't know what y'all think, but I think he did pretty well. It is a little bit of a bummer that I have lost them, and just prayers and condolences to the family. But we'll get started here on this mower stuff here in the driveway. Give y'all a quick update of the two things that I bought, one thing that I kind of find interesting, and a couple of other projects that we're going to be coming on the channel. So I hope y'all enjoy this video, and we'll get started. Alright guys, I'm going to give y'all a 40,000 foot view, if as we like to call it. And you can see that, you know, when I got mist just straight out here in the driveway, that it is busy. So you see two tillers right here. If you remember that one was from that lot that I bought the Murray rear engine rider sold with. Bought that, or got that, a snapper mower right there, and a third item, which was a Ryobi backpack blower that I fixed and sold the next day. So that's good. I'm doing good on that trade. Once I sell this, I'm going to be in the good, probably $100 or so. So, and then if I get that snapper going back there, then I'll sell it for a couple hundred and be good on that off of the trade. Again, this other tiller y'all kind of maybe seen in the background over there, I put a coil on it. That video's coming, and y'all are going to enjoy that one, I think. Coil, diaphragm, oil change, ready to rock and roll. I think these are going to be about $175 to $200 when I get them finished, but that's not what we're going to talk about this video. Let me get you the two things that I ended up buying. We'll get to that in just a second, because that's the big ticket item. The same guy that bought the rear engine riding mower from me, the Murray, that I traded the snapper for, and the tiller that I just mentioned, reached out to me this week and was like, hey, you want a running and cutting snapper rider, another one? This one's a 33-inch deck. It is, I mean, it's a little rough. It could use a blade. It could use a belt. It runs good. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything to it really, aside from maybe give the blade a little bit better of an edge. It does run and cut, like I said. You can see that my situation right now is pretty rough, and it really needs to just go. So I think I have an inquiry out to somebody that is looking for a cheap riding mower. I told him $250. If I got it for $125. I paid, because it was easy pickup. I knew that I could make a quick $100. And so if all I got to do, I had to lube up the shifter a little bit. It's 33-inch. It's like a early 90s model, late 80s probably, with the handlebars and the logo and stuff. It's got the push to start on the side, 12.5 horsepower with the quiet package. This engine's been replaced at some point. Like I said, it runs good, and starts right up. Might could even start it up right here for y'all right now. Let's see, gear. You know what? Let's do it. At least just start it up for y'all, right? Save the suspense. It is a little hard to shift, and the brake kind of doesn't work, so it doesn't work very well anyways. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. I mean, it fires right up. Guy put a brand new battery in it. He put a brand new battery in it. Like I said, the blade's pretty wore out, but I do have this cover. It just needs to be kind of re-screwed in. I will see if I can find a couple screws for it. And I guess the deck height works. The blade's a little rough. It does cut. So, you know, do I spend $50 to get $50 more for it? You know what I'm talking about. So, or do I just let her ride the way that it is? I think I'm going to do that. Got the pull start and all that good stuff on it. He put a fuel line, shut-off switch, and a battery in it. I mean, this thing's ready to... He was cutting with it before he got the Murray from me. But that Murray is easier to use than this one for sure. That's the shifter on it was kind of hard. I lubed up the shifter, got it to be a little easy. The cable is stretched on the brake, so I don't know if I have the ability to fix that any. But like I said, it does run just fine the way that it is, and I think that's the way it's going to go. Make me a quick $100 and let it ride. Some of y'all might agree, some of you might disagree, but here's speaking of $100, this is what $100 can get you sometimes. This is a Z5000 Toro time cutter. It is around 2006 to 2008 model year. It has a Kohler Courage 21 on it, which I learned that the block has been replaced on it. And as you can see, it's just got a little bit of dust and stuff in there, but no crazy oil leaks or anything like that, especially for a Kohler Courage single. The muffler's been kind of worked on a little bit. He was using this up until last year, and he said that it lost compression. He had a guy look at it and said that it lost compression. However, he told me that it would also backfire when trying to start, which tells me that it may be a valve issue or a flywheel key. So if we get lucky on this, then that'll be really, really good. So hopefully we'll luck out on that. I really think it's just a flywheel key or some valves. Worst case, I have to break open the top of the engine and replace some cams on it. Cams might have jumped timing, but I personally think it's a timing issue, so stay tuned for that. Might have to do a little carb work to it. I don't know how he hooked up the carb and whatnot, but we'll see. Apart from that, looks to be in good shape. And it also helped me solve a mystery. If y'all remember, I had that Cub Cadet zero turn last year that had an odd deck on it that I didn't really know what it came from. Looking at this deck, so somebody put a Toro deck on a Cub Cadet and somehow made it work. It actually worked pretty well, but this is the exact same shape as that deck that was on that Cub Cadet, and I don't think that MTD made Toro mowers, and I don't think Toro and Cub Cadet shared decks, so I think that was a true Franken mower. But like I said, $100, it's well worth that. Of course, I'm not buying anything unless I get reached out to and contacted about stuff. So let me go across a few other things here in the driveway that are going to be imminent coming up projects I think I'm going to do videos on. I'll tell you if I do or don't. But this Troy-Bilt came in. This is the one I sold last year. I don't know if you remember. I had to put a coil on it and sold it. This year it came back because actually the starter got hung up on it, I guess from sitting over the winter, and I freed the starter up and it starts just fine now. Starts, runs. A couple of the tires had a slow leak in them. I put some ATF in them for them, and hopefully it will continue to go pretty well. All that dirt residual was when I engaged the blades for the first time, so they were cutting some nasty stuff with this mower at the end of last season. But like I said, it starts, runs, drives fine. Like I said, put some ATF in a couple of the tires to help cure the slow leak that they have. And we should be rolling with that. Oh, the interesting thing that I was going to tell y'all about. Here's an edger I got for $25 from a guy down the street that I get some things from. He pretty much picks them up for free and makes his portion of them, and I make my portion of them off of it. And so he probably made $25 off of this. Should make more than that off of it. But this is I didn't even know they made them. This is a John Deere E35 edger. Never seen a John Deere edger before, which is kind of cool. But it has a Greyhound branded engine on it. I think this may be, if you live in this area, a Northern Tool. I think Northern Tool may sell these engines. I know they're not Harbor Freight, but one of them Chinese engines. It runs fine. I think it had a little bit of water in the fuel. I cleared it up. It seems like it's running okay now. First time you engage it, it'll sometimes cut off because it's too much load on the engine for the temperature of the engine and stuff like that. But once you get it warmed up, first time sometimes you have to give it a little bit of choke to get it to engage the edger portion of it. But after that, it usually runs pretty good. I think I cleaned out a little bit of water in the fuel and it's running even better now. So I got it listed for $100. We'll see what happens to it. I just need to get some stuff going. Again, I want that gone, this gone pretty soon here, right in the middle of gardening season and whatnot. One interesting video that we're probably going to be doing here on the channel also, we've got a Husqvarna. This is a YTH 18542. I'm actually about to tear into this thing tonight to get it started. Have it torn apart, that way I can just put it back together in the morning. So hopefully this guy's cutting grass tomorrow afternoon. This thing's 4 years old and it is knocking its head off. It is knocking really, really bad. Oil seems to be in okay shape. I'm going to check the flywheel key. Yeah, I can see it kind of starting to turn gray a little bit. So something has killed the inside of this engine. And like I said, the oil seems to be in good shape. I don't know why this thing would have started knocking, although, you know, Briggs doesn't make products like they used to. Good news for him, I have an engine block from a D110 John Deere that did not have an engine issue. It had a flywheel key issue, or a flywheel magnet issue. That was after I tore everything apart. So I'm going to put that block on this engine, or on this mower, and hopefully he'll have something that he can work with, because it kind of sucks to have a mower this nice and an engine that does not run. Other projects that may be coming down the line that I'll film. I have an interesting thing going on. This is a customer's Husky Supreme. It's got an issue with the intake valve. It looks like almost the intake valve has dropped in the head. So I don't know if I've got a valve guide in the head that's gone bad or a bent push rod, but I'll be tearing into that after I finish that, because that's priority number one right now. I wanted to get all this stuff ready for sale, get the Husqvarna back, and I feel like I'll be on top of things after I do that. So I got this intake valve issue. This needs a lot of things. It's going to take quite a bit of money for the customer to get this back going again. I do have the guard for it. It needs a belt. It needs a transmission linkage or something along those lines, because somebody messed that up. And I don't even know what else. I told the guy, I said, it's going to be a while on this because I've got other things to do. Snapper needs tie rods and a blade. Probably not going to worry about filming that because I got a bunch of Snapper RER content. One that will be coming on the channel is this, just because it's kind of cool. It's the skinny tire snapper. And it is, I don't know, it's maybe, somebody told me maybe early, I think it's 70s era. The engine's from late 80s. The engine's been replaced on this one as well. But that's part of the trade deal. Y'all saw it already. I won't spend too much time on it. Again, y'all saw the John Deere LX188. The LX279 has sold, which is nice. I only got $750 for it, but them things just don't bring the money that they should, honestly. It kind of stinks. I can't get more than about $750, $800 for them LX277s, 279s. So this one, like I said, probably is only a $400 to $500 mower, even though it's got this engine on it, which is probably worth almost that much as it is. So those are the main mowers that are coming down soon. I just wanted to give y'all an update with what's going on. Y'all can see it's just crazy right here. I've got a big John Deere coming in, one of them field type mowers that you see school systems use to cut grass with. I think it just needs a rethreaded valve or a rethreaded bolt on the head or something along those lines, and some choke cables adjusted. I hope that's all it needs. And then obviously we'll start getting into what's in the shed over on the lean-to, which is a couple more tillers and stuff, and we'll start picking at some of these push mowers and riders in the yard. One of the ones I really want to get ready, and one of the first ones I will get ready back here in this backyard, is this GT6000 Craftsman. It is, I got this one last year, and it's in really good shape for the age. Deck's in decent shape. I hate to see it sitting back here in the backyard, but I just don't have any room for it. And I've got a few others here, and there's quite a few that are eventually going to get scrapped here later in the summer or in the fall, after this rush is over with. So that's kind of everything that's going on with everything going on. I just mostly wanted to show you the purchase of this and the purchase of this. And also I wanted to mention that in terms of sales have been going pretty well this year. Everything mostly that I have gotten ready over the winter. Obviously I've been late start because of working on the house, but we're getting, like I said, we're getting there. I think as of right now I've only got like one weed eater, a blower, push mower, a couple other small things aside from what I showed y'all with the tillers and the edger. So sales have been going nice and steady. Most of the stuff I put the HIPAA and stuff on is gone too. They haven't come back, which is great. And like I said, I've done a bunch of repairs this year. I got pretty rushed right here in the middle of March, and I've just been trying to keep up at this point. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this update. I gotta get back to it though, because I before the sun goes down, y'all see how low the sun is. I gotta get this engine off of this Husqvarna so that I can put it together in the morning, so this guy can hopefully be cutting grass tomorrow afternoon. So thank you again. If you have any questions about the video, or reach out about a repair that you might have, I can do my best. I can only do but so much over video, pictures, and text, and Facebook messages or whatever. But you can reach out to me, Ellis at ellismowers.com, or on Instagram and Facebook at ellismowers09, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. See you then. Stay busy.